Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We have somebody else joining us on the call this morning. Pokey's with us. Pokey's with us. For those of you that have been with me for a few years, you'll know Pokey well. I've been doing interviews for many years now, and he's made regular appearances in different interviews. He has a habit of wandering in and out of the back of whatever's going on, but yeah, Pokey's with us this morning, and he's diving into the Sunday morning snoozy vibes, although he has a delightful way of carrying Sunday vibes all through the week. If anyone wants to have a little check in with goddess vibes, Pokey's got goddess vibes down pat. He's got that really sorted. So good morning. Thank you so much for being here. I've just been in the VIP group and feeding off the beautiful, beautiful energy that is in there. I'm so excited about what came up yesterday. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Janet. Thank you, Gia. So I have Facebook open on a different screen here, so I can try and monitor that. I've got a few different screens going on in order to try and stay as connected as I possibly can with all of you. Where I want to start is, first of all, as you come in, please take a moment to let me know who's here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If it's the first time that we've connected, please say hi. If you've been in my world for a little while, you know the deal. I am here to connect. And in this class, it is really an opportunity for you to be connected to not just me, but to all the beautiful women in this community. It really is a gift. There is an epidemic of this isolation and loneliness and individuality that we have been subscribing to, being fed as the way to do things. But as we go through this vision building process, I want to show you how not alone you are, and how you actually have not only this beautiful sea of women that you can connect with, and I've had women in my community that go on to become lifelong friends and support systems to each other from the women inside my masterminds. But there's also this beautiful connection to spirit, to the divine, to God, to the universe, to Mother Nature, whatever that is for you. And this beautiful connection gets to be part of the vision we're building. But I will walk you through this step by step. Good morning, Fiona. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to open this on here so that hopefully I can see a little bit more, but we're good to go. So I want to ground us first in the work that we did yesterday. Now, absolutely, if you haven't had a chance to go through yesterday's training, you don't need to jump off this call, but I strongly encourage you to make time today to go back and watch that. There are foundation pieces. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Fiona. There are foundation pieces in here that my promise to you was to step you through this step by step by step by step, and each layer builds on each other. So just turning up to one will not give you this beautiful foundation. Yesterday I talked about, just as you wouldn't take your ideas and throw them up on a piece of paper and hand them to a builder and say, build me my dream house. You need the support of an architect that will make sure that the foundations are strong and that you haven't missed any step along the way, that you have all the pieces to build a truly extraordinary house. Let me be that architect for you. Trust me. I have done this work a lot, and I am here to guide you every step of the way. So stay with me every step of the way and just trust. You don't need to jump ahead. You don't feel like, if you're feeling like you've missed a piece or there's something that you're not certain on, I'm here to support you. So just ask. For those in the VIP group, you can ask in there. You can ask in the comments here. You can DM me, whatever you want to do. You've got getting emails from me if you've registered. I am here to support you. I carve out all this time for 11 days for you guys, okay? So if you've got any questions, just ask. So this is laying the foundation. What we are doing every day is laying the foundation, this really beautiful foundation for your vision, for your dream future. So yesterday we shone a loving spotlight on your life. Now, where you are exactly in your life. And there is no journey that doesn't have a starting point. Every journey we want to go on, you've got to know where you are before you can get where you want to go. There's no point just ignoring it, sticking your head up and walking forward. You get to take time to look at where you are right now. And there are reasons, good reasons why people don't do this. Now, for those that have decided to join the VIP option and have paid your $11, you've got your beautiful workbook, you've got your dream sheet. About half of you have returned those to me and half of you haven't. For the people that signed up for free, I just popped the questions in an email for you. There are 50 something people that have signed up for the free version. And I think I've had, I could probably count the responses I've had received back on less than 2 hands. Why do we do this? Well, there's several reasons. And within this space, always, I will reiterate, and for anybody that's worked with me before, you know what I'm going to say because I say it over and over again. There is no fault, no blame, no guilt, no shame. This isn't about making anybody feel bad, making anybody feel like you're behind. Every step of the way, this is like a beautiful opportunity to look at how you are doing things in your life. How it is, let it be a mirror for your life. Now, the reality is that shining that loving spotlight on where we are in our lives right now, there is good reason why many of you are resistant to doing it. If it is to be, it's up to me. Absolutely, Fiona. There is good reason. It can feel not safe. It can feel like you don't feel safe shining that spotlight on your life and looking where you are right now in all the different areas, be that in your health, your physical and mental health, be that in your wealth and abundance goals, be that in your time and how you prioritize time. Time is an intimacy conversation. You are the one who is in charge of your time. And if you find it really hard to be intimate and to look at your life, likely you are going to find it really hard to, that's an intimacy. It is going to reflect in the intimacy that you have with yourself, with significant others, and your ability to take charge of the life that you want to live. It is that desire to make it somebody else's responsibility. So if you notice in your life, you say, well, I would, but the kids need me for this, or my husband needs me for this, or my work colleagues need me for this, or the school, I'm on the school committee, they need me for this, or the football team, I've got to make everybody, you give your time and energy to everybody else. But the minute that you get to give that time to yourself, it's like, oh no, you come up with reasons not to. There was a significant period in my life. My sister died when she was 49. I actually found her. It was very unexpected. She wasn't ill. She wasn't on a single medication. I'd seen her 4 days before for my birthday, and then 4 days after my birthday, she was supposed to be somewhere at my mum's, and my mum rang me and said, I can't get on to Phil, and I feel like something's wrong. And I was like, well, I'll go and see her. I jumped in the car. She lived about 20 minutes from where I am, and I found her, and she died from a brain aneurysm. I was in the middle of putting together my first online talk show. I had 23 speakers who were relying on me. I had 2,500 women signed up who were going through this experience with me every day. And my sister died right in the middle of that whole thing. And I stayed busy. And I stayed busy for a long time because it was much easier to look out than to look in. peeling off that layer of grief and really allowing myself to experience that, I wanted to do anything possible to avoid it. I wanted to do anything possible to avoid it. So if you don't want to look at where you are right now in your life, there is a chance, a very good chance, that you are trying to avoid looking at something. Now, that can be around your health. That can be like, I have been on a diet for this long, or I just feel so damn ugly and sore and uncomfortable in my body. I want to ignore it. The stress, the anxiety, the mental stuff that's going on in here, I just want to stay busy so I don't have to look at why that is the way it is. I don't want to look at, this is a big one for women. This is a big one for women. If you don't want to look at your money, if you don't want to look at how much money you have, how much money you're earning, how much money you're getting paid, how much, we are masters at going, that is too hard. And there's lots of good reasons around money stories for women, but that's a big one. That's an intimacy one. So if I'm asking you to shine a loving spotlight on where you are in your wealth pillar in your life, that's a big one that women avoid. Sound unfamiliar for some people? Yeah. Health, wealth, time, and love. Relationships. Relationships is a big one that we love to hand over to the responsibility to our significant other. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. I know that he's not going to get me flowers for Valentine's Day. I know that he probably won't even remember it's my birthday. I know that we make other people responsible. If it is to be, it's up to me. If you want your relationship to be at a 10 out of 10, how do you change who you're being and how you're doing things to support your partner to treat you the way you want to be treated? We teach other people to treat us in certain ways. We teach other people to treat us in certain ways. Okay? So that is some of the reasons why you may not have done that work. Is that resonating with anybody? Now, the way to overcome this, and I'm going to say, excuse me, just for 1 minute and mute myself because I can hear my son in the background. I don't want it to come through. Sunday at home. My beautiful family has to be quiet while I'm doing this. So we get to give thanks to them for a minute for giving us this time to do this. Working from home, the joys. Can the opposite be true in that you don't do anything to avoid what is really? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we avoid looking, and then we avoid doing. It's that one step, that one step that you get to take. That's like, for goodness sake, why did I avoid this for days, weeks, months? If I just had have done this, it's actually not that hard. It's not that hard. It just gets done, and then it's done, and then it's that great pressure is released. And you that's how you build your confidence. Yes, Pokey is here keeping us company. So how do we shift that? Well, the shift comes when you make the decision that you're going to do this differently. The shift comes when you say, what if I don't judge? What if I approach this with just, let me be curious. How would I treat a best friend in this process? How would I treat somebody I love if they were avoiding looking at their lives and what's going on? What would I say? How do you set yourself up in a safe space? How do you set yourself up in a happy space? Where do you need to go? Do you need to physically shut a door, light a candle, and say, I am safe? I am going to honor my life. I am beautiful. I am perfect. And I am exactly where I am supposed to be in order to launch myself into this new chapter in my life. I am beautiful. I am safe. I am perfect exactly as I am. Every lump and dint and curve and deliciousness that is me, every scar, every heartbreak, every tragedy, every mess is perfect. It is all part of what has shaped us to be the women that we are. And when you shine a light on shame, on guilt, on fault, on blame, it just dissipates. You get to let it go. Shame only lives in the dark. Yes, I know that sounds cliche, but it is true. The minute you say to another woman, I did this and I feel so deeply shamed about it, that other woman is going to go, do you know what? I did that too. And I was always hesitant to tell somebody. And then you hear it from somebody else and it's like, me too. And yeah, me too. And that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. It doesn't define you. It's just part of your story. What defines you is who you are being right now. Are you being determined? Are you being curious? Are you being responsible? Are you being loving towards yourself? So that is the energy. For those of you that haven't answered your dream sheet questions, it's not too late. Now's the perfect time. Do it. If you haven't done the where am I right now in my life exercise that we went through yesterday, do it from a place of curiosity. Be determined. Say, I'm going to get this done today. I have another thing that I talk about in my community, and that is your ability to keep your word to yourself is equivalent to your level of joy in the world. What does that mean? It means that every time you break your word to yourself, you made a commitment when you signed up to this workshop to do the workshop. And then at that point, you had both feet in. You're like, yeah, I'm in, I'm doing this. And then something comes up and it makes you feel uncomfortable and you open the back door or you put one foot out. And it's like, oh, I'll do it, but not that bit. That resistance is a beautiful opportunity for curiosity. Honoring my word has been a game changer. Yes, absolutely, Fiona, absolutely. You get to keep your word to yourself. You get to keep your commitment to yourself. You get to commit to doing this work and laying this beautiful foundation for your life, for your dream life. Each step is important. Don't miss any steps. And if you need help, if you need support, for those in that have taken the $11 option, I've offered to jump on a call one-on-one with you. Book it. Why wouldn't you book it? No fault, blame, guilt, shame. Just be curious. I know a lot of you have, but there's a lot of you that haven't. Why wouldn't you? What is the story that you're telling yourself? There's that beautiful, beautiful documentary. If you have time today and you haven't watched it, Call to Courage with Brene Brown. Oh, there is so much in there that is powerful for the work that we're doing. And that call to courage is the story I am telling myself right now. The story I'm telling myself right now is I don't need to do this work. I kind of know it. I've answered this question before. I can skip this bit. That's resistance, my beautiful friend. That is resistance. That's what resistance looks like. I want to give you more and more resources. Every time I talk about something else, there's another thing that comes up. The War of Art, Stephen Pressfield, all about resistance. I don't want to send you off in too many different directions. This is all stuff that step by step we go through. Once, this is inside Enliven, I am walking you through the what. You don't have to worry about the how. You don't have to worry about any of that. This is just the what. What do I want? What do I want? The how comes later. And if you want to work with me for the how, I'll be talking about that later. Okay. So where are you right now? And then what do you want to do? Who had fun with their do list? Share in the comments. If there was something that came up that was like, where did that come from? I'd forgotten that. Or somebody else sparked something. I was like, yes, I want to do that too. There were so many beautiful comments yesterday in the Facebook live that I did yesterday. If you want some inspiration and you didn't look at it, go back through and look at the comments. There's so many beautiful ideas. For those in the Vision Builders Inner Circle, there's that list. There's the do list of comments that I've taken from previous workshops and put them all in a PDF so you can look at that for inspiration. Don't just operate on what's in here. Yes, you want to allow what comes up to go down on paper, but also look around you, look for inspiration. So many things on my to-do list. I'd love everybody to share. Just share one thing. I have an old desk I bought that I want to refurbish, adding that to my things I want to do. Yes, Sherry, yes. So fun. I want more music in my life and to dance again. Playful. Playful is one of my words for this year. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so good. So when you're doing this work, and in a minute we're going to talk about what you want to have, really setting the intention. You know, I spoke yesterday about imagine you've just fallen out of the sky, butt naked. How would you dress yourself? Who would you be? You know, it's that idea that you're not worrying about any pre-presumed ideas about who you've been till now, or any perception of the future you. It's just right here. What would you answer? What would you answer? When was the last time you felt dreamy? You know, that dreamy state that's like, oh, you know, you get it when you're reading. I get it from books. It's that I think there is a different dreaminess and evocative imagery that comes from reading books that you don't get from movies and TV, because it's just all up to your imagination. You're creating the picture. The author is giving you the language. But then you get to get this dreamy, like putting yourself in the story almost, or, you know, really empathizing with the character and seeing yourself in their journey. Or, I mean, you can hear, I read a lot of books about women, extraordinary women. But, you know, when was the last time you allowed yourself to get dreamy? I've not felt that, miss it. So set the intention. Tomorrow we're going to be talking a lot about intention, but it is setting the intention. Today I'm going to carve out time to be dreamy. What does that bring up for you? Is it lying on the grass? And I know some of you are in the US and there's snow on the ground, so maybe you need to go and make a snow angel. But maybe if you're in where there's grass and the weather is conducive to it, when was the last time you just looked at the clouds rolling over? Or when was the last time you looked at your doggy and looked him in the face and went, oh my gosh, you are so beautiful? Or just sit in the garden and watch the leaves in the trees moving. We need room to expand and think. We are living in the most overstimulated, information-heavy period that has ever existed in history. We are bombarded. If you are not managing your space and your mind, we are bombarded endlessly. And the effect that it has on your nervous system, I'm a visual person, I think of it like a spring that is being coiled tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. This is burnout. The tighter you coil that string, you are constantly in masculine in that space. Consuming, doing, listening, the next podcast, the next thing, the next, the next diet, the next exercise program, the next meditation, the next, like doing, winding. When do you just breathe and digest? I talk about it like an obesity epidemic of our minds and our nervous systems. You need time to dream. Now, you, if you have not been doing this, will find this uncomfortable. Be okay with being uncomfortable. Be okay with doing this for 30 seconds and then wanting to pick up your phone. Be okay with doing this for 1 minute and then you feel like you need to get up and move. If you need to do it for 30 seconds the first time, and then stretch yourself to 1 minute the next time, and then stretch yourself to 2 minutes the next time, just be gentle with yourself. This is not, I talk about being a big breakthrough coach. What does BIG stand for? Beauty, intelligence, and grace. I've done leadership programs where you get yelled at and it's like this kind of jarring interruption. It has a place, and I'm not saying it doesn't work. It works. There are different ways of doing this. My way is with beauty, intelligence, and grace. The women I work with are wise, incredibly wise. We have been on this journey called life for enough years now that we have collected this incredible wealth of wisdom and information about what we need, about what we want, about who we want to be. But we just keep jamming more information on top. So we haven't got room to digest and breathe and remember. So inside this space, I invite you to allow this to be that gentle unfurling, to allow this to be a gentle process, to smile. It's not hard. You don't have to get it right. It's just a doing. Okay. It's just saying, right, I'm going to do this bit. I'm going to follow the coaching, and then this bit. It's a loving, gentle spotlight. I'm just going to be curious. I'm going to be loving towards myself. I'm going to be open. I'm going to allow myself room to breathe. I'm going to allow myself room to breathe and think. When was the last time you thought, I feel like I can't even string two thoughts together? It's like my memory has just gone. They are all symptomatic of what I'm talking about. Okay? So in this space, just allow yourself to breathe and trust what comes up. Sound good? You all in? Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. So allow yourself to be dreamy in this space. Ask yourself if anything was possible. Remember, we're in visionary mode inside here. You are the visionary. You're not in worker, and you're not necessarily in that luxuriator mode either. Masculine and feminine, I talked about it yesterday. In this space, you are in visionary mode. You are the big picture person who is looking at this dream life that you get to be living, and anything is possible. Absolutely anything. You don't have to worry about how. The worker, the masculine, and the luxuriator, that'll come later. Right now, you're in visionary. If anything was possible, I don't have to worry about whether I've got the money or not. I don't have to worry about whether I'm too scared to, or if I've got the courage to, or that how will all unfold. I'm just in what mode? What's ideal? What is perfect for me? What's perfect for me? So what do you want to do? If I couldn't fail, money wasn't an option, there were no barriers, what would I do? I think it is helpful to find a happy place to do this work, a safe space. If you need little rituals like lighting a candle or putting on your salt lamps or shutting doors, or, create little rituals for yourself, make yourself a really beautiful cuppa. And then we get to think about, what do you want to have? So what do you want to have? And now I think, I'm just opening my have list on my husband's computer so that I've got that here. Before I do move on to this next section, is there any questions? Is there anything that has come up? Remember that you get to question. You get to question. Just because I say it doesn't make it true. Just because somebody else has an idea about a should or this is the way to do things. You get to be curious. You get to question every step of the way. You're the expert in your life. Yeah. So if you've got questions, if there's anything that's come up that's like, I'm not sure how, or I haven't been able to, or I know that I just feel so much resistance to doing this, let me know. We're here to support each other. This is a safe space. So as we move into the have, know that there's crossover. In giving you these different sections, it's just a way to spark different parts of your brain. Our brains like to put things in different categories, and I want to use the word, it's gone straight out of my head. When you cut, oh my gosh. It's right there, but I can't bring it out. What is the word? Putting things into different compartments. Don't you love this? Different compartments in your brain. And so in giving you the different pillars like health, wealth, time, and love, and we're going to be doing, yesterday was do, then we're going to do have, we're going to do be on day 4. Dissect, that works. It is a way to open these different parts of your brain and to get you thinking in the most open way possible. So there will be crossover. There's things that what do you want to do this year? I want to lose weight. What do I want to have this year? I want to have a slim, fit, healthy body. There becomes crossover, and that's okay. Just allow what comes up to come up and write it down. Don't judge it. Don't make it right or wrong. Just write it down. Okay. So if you've got your workbooks, you've got a have section. If you don't, just a piece of paper and a pen. I didn't segmenting. Thank you, Sherry. I didn't talk about, for those of you that have just bounced into this workshop, this masterclass, there is an $11 option to get all the workbooks that go with it, plus a whole lot of other goodies. But if you want that, I make sure that Gia pops a link so that you can access that if you want it. So that's there if you just want it. Okay, so pen and paper. What do you want to have? What do you want to have? I'm going to take a couple of seconds. I just want you to trust what comes up. Get it down on paper. What do you want to have? So using the pillars of health, wealth, time, and love in your mental health, what do you want to have? A clear, calm, peaceful mind. I want to have room to breathe and dream. In your physical health, I want to have a vital, fit, healthy body. I want to have a wardrobe full of clothes that fill me with joy. That always comes up for me. Physical health. What do you want to have? Wealth. I want to have a splurge account. For anybody that knows the Barefoot Investor, you'll recognize the language. I want to have a splurge account with $10,000 on it so I can take my family on a dream holiday. I want to have a business that brings in 6 figures every year, or $1 million. I want to have a greater feeling of control over my finances and my money. I want to have a hot tub, lightness in my body. I just notice resistance about looking at what I want. Yeah, there is so much I want. For some reason, I feel fear. Maybe it's because I don't think I can have it or I will fail. Not really sure. I'm still looking, but curious about why I feel that way. I find that often comes up, Kim, and thank you for writing that. Your beautiful, generous, vulnerable share supports everybody. So I thank you. It is a fear of it. It is founded in having declared or dreamt of or wanted these things in the past and they don't come to fruition. And I think that there is a room here to just come back to, don't worry about the how. Don't worry about the how. What if anything was possible? Treat yourself, speak to yourself as you would a best friend, as you would somebody you love and cherish. Of course you can do that. Of course you can. We will find a way. If that is something you want, we are going to find a way to make that happen. Just write it down. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are good enough. Whatever is coming up for you. Yeah? Being playful. Yes. Yeah, I have. Absolutely. What do you want? Or I have. If you're putting it in the present tense, which is absolutely what will happen when it goes into your affirmations and vision board, it is I have $1 million in my bank. I have a business that brings in six figures every year. I have a hot tub. I have a vital, strong, healthy body. But you don't need to get too caught in that right now, Sherry. But yes, that is absolutely the language that will go into your master plan, your which is the third workbook, and your affirmations and your vision board. At the moment, I want to encourage you, don't get stuck. If that's causing any kind of resistance or getting stuck, then just brain dump. What do I want to have? So we did health, wealth, time. I want to have time for the things that matter most to me. What are those things? Brain dump. What comes up goes down. Put it on the paper. What do I want to have? Dream, smile. I want to have time to go to South Africa with my husband for 3 months. Time to take each of my children on a fabulous long weekend, just so we have that one-on-one time. Time to get my garden feeling and looking amazing, abundant with flowers and fresh fruit and vegetables. I want to have time to whatever's coming up. And then the last one is love. I have a relationship with my significant other that is an 11 out of 10. The relationships in my life, what do I want to have? I want to have a broader range of like-minded women, friends. I want to have a deeper connection to spirit. I think, Sandy, was it you that asked yesterday about where spirit comes into it? And it comes in under the category of love in my mind. You can put it where it's perfect for you. But I have that deeply connected, beautiful relationship with spirit, whatever that is for you. Mother Nature, God, the divine, universe. love. So let me give you some other ideas and inspiration from women that have done this workshop before you. What do you want to have? A getaway every 3 months. A cleaner. A decluttered home. Financial independence. An account with a certain dollar amount in it every month for indulgences. A low tox pantry, a low tox home, a weekly massage, a new bed, a life coach, an art gallery membership, a new pet, a vegetable garden, a strong, fit body, time for leisure and friends, or hobbies, time to read, time to meditate daily, scheduled fun experiences. I had a woman in one of my previous masterminds, Catherine, who was absolutely extraordinary at doing this. She would schedule out her calendar well in advance with trips to day spas and all these beautiful things. It's just so inspiring. A wardrobe filled with clothes that make me feel amazing. I am such an enormous advocate of adorning the goddess, adorning the woman that you are, treating this body with reverence and love and care. Gone are the days when I just put on what was ever at the end of the bed because I wanted to minimize the washing as much as possible. And I never bought white clothes and I never bought anything that needed ironing. And I never, it's like now every day is about adorning the goddess, adorning your body in a way that makes you feel amazing. It's not about what anybody else thinks. It's not about what anybody else thinks. Yes. Adorn the goddess. There is something I saw it on Instagram, it was a year or two ago. Somebody coined the phrase dopamine dressing, and I love it. Dressing in a way that makes you feel amazing. Dopamine dressing, I think we get to make an effort every day to feel good. Absolutely. Absolutely. It absolutely transforms how you show up in the world, how you do everything. A personal stylist. I've never done that, and it is something that I get to do. I think it'd be fun. My hair, for those that have only come across me in the last year or so, my hair is actually incredibly dark. Well, it was up until I decided to stop dyeing it. I have very, very dark brown hair, and my coloring, the colors that I wear now have all changed. What I used to be my go-tos, just don't look as good on me as so I'm changing the colors and things that I wear a bit, but I still always have lots of color. A new laptop, my dream home, new artwork. Where's Fiona? My beautiful client Fiona is in here, and she has just treated herself to a beautiful piece, a very, very special piece of artwork, and I'm so excited. Fiona, have you got it yet? Has it gone up? I'd love to know. Yes, $3,000 painting is so exciting. I was so excited to see it. I hope when it's up on the wall you'll take a photo and share it with us all. Artwork is amazing. Just can transform a house. I'm looking at my vision board. This poppy, my sister bought that. This is a Georgia O'Keeffe. Everything's opposite. Georgia O'Keeffe. She bought that back from New York, a visit to New York. And I mean, it's just a print. It's not the original, but it just brings me so much joy. I love it. Connection to like-minded women. Rituals that awaken my sense of aliveness. I love rituals, and my husband and I have some beautiful rituals, and some of those rituals involve him being in his masculine and me being in my feminine. And they are things like making my coffee for me in the morning. And we can both be, I've got, my beautiful green velvet antique lounge suite that's out next to in the kitchen area, that if you watch me on videos, you will have seen it. But I get to sit on my luxurious green velvet lounge suite, and he brings me my coffee. I mean, it is just as easy for me to get up and get it, but he makes it for me and then he delivers it to me, and I just get to be in my luxuriator feminine. And this is important for both of us. The other thing that it may support some of you, those of you that are in relationships, is there are so many decisions that we have in the day. And as a mother of 4 and running a business, and I'm my doing masculine mode, I have got down pat, and I needed a lot of help and support, especially through all the years of being a single mum. I needed a lot of support and encouragement and permission to be in my feminine, because it felt lazy, it feels indulgent, it feels like that idea of being high maintenance. I didn't want to be high maintenance, and I've managed to unwind a lot of those stories. But I would say to my gorgeous husband, at the end, you don't ask me what I want to watch on TV, just choose something. Little things like that, and he notices, he knows what I love to watch, and so he just chooses something. And those little rituals, he gets my towel and hangs it over the shower, so I don't have to get out of the shower to get my towel every morning and every night. These are rituals that you get to set up. Remember, I talked about we teach people how to treat us. And I know another of my beautiful clients, I won't name you for confidentiality reasons, but I think you're on live at the moment. A lot of us need a lot of help and setting really clear intentions and be given permission to be in our feminine. We are so capable and so wise and so good at doing everything. And there is this, I can do it if it's going to be done best if I do it myself. Anybody guilty of that? Allow the partner in your life to be the man in your life. Allow yourself to sit back and receive. Masculine is giving, and I am unapologetic in my I am deeply concerned about the effect of the rise in women's power, the effect that it's having on men. And we've got to stop seeing being in our feminine as being disempowered. It is not. We need to embrace the feminine as much as we need to embrace the masculine, and it is all perfect. Yeah, it's all perfect. Okay. Rituals that awaken my sense of aliveness. That's where that came from. An assistant. For those of you that are entrepreneurial, this is a big one. This was a big one. Somebody to hand over some of that control to. When you're used to doing everything yourself, handing over control takes practice. A sound system that plays beautiful music throughout my house. How nice is that one? A freshly made over bedroom or boudoir. An abundance of fruit trees. A magical Christmas. This is a big one, and I want to shine a loving spotlight on it. There are many experiences that it is a given, are magical and special for everybody. Christmas, Mother's Day, birthday, whatever these magical experiences are, that is a given that they are magical for everybody, it's not always that way. So if you have triggers, if you have days that are big occasions across the globe that are hard for you, there is an opportunity to set the intention to turn that around. Just because it's always been, it doesn't mean that it always has to be moving forward. Yeah, it's a big one. Mother's Day is a big one. Christmas is a massive one. Birthdays is huge. It's huge. You may have triggers around age. You may have triggers around feeling unseen, unacknowledged. But there is a responsibility piece in here that if it is to be, it's up to me. If it's going to become magical, you get to set the scene. You get to take back control. Okay? A library of books that fills me with wonder and possibility. Dreamy. An unstoppable mindset. A gratitude practice. Clear, actionable goals to guide me. So they're just some of the haves to get your mind ticking over. I'd love you all, each of you, to contribute just one have in the comments. Be generous. Inspire somebody else. If this takes courage, if you're somebody that never comments, let this be an invitation to do something different. The whole purpose of this is getting out of what has been our comfort zone, out of that I've always done this, or I just, I'm more comfortable sitting in the background. Nothing will change if you are not prepared to be uncomfortable. Everybody in here is equal. We are all women on a similar mission. We are all women with the drive to grow, to learn, to blossom. This is a safe space, and you get to contribute to each other's lives. You get to connect. I'm going to talk more about connection tomorrow. One of the most impactful books I have ever read. I'm going to talk about tomorrow. And it just might be the one thing that absolutely changes your life. A deeper connection with myself. Beautiful. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you. A luxury tiny house cabin in nature to escape to. Yes, yes. I want to wear a bikini and look fabulous. Look fabulous or feel fabulous. A close-knit group of friends who I'm 100% myself, who are my ride or die. Leslie, I have a term for that, and I call them my no-filter friends. Your no-filter friends are the people that you just are all of you in all your glory. Unapologetic. You don't need to filter what you say. You don't need to filter who you are. You know that whatever comes up is perfect and they're going to love you regardless. I have this beautiful little group of no-filter friends that are just so treasured and so important to me. Friends who reach out to me sometimes. Debbie, absolutely. Absolutely. Turning 60 in June. Awesome. Did somebody write, an epic 60th birthday? Yes, yes, yes. No filter friends. Yeah. So what does your 60th birthday look like? Doing this work, you can do this whole vision work in just planning your 60th birthday. You can create a vision board for your 60th birthday. Think of it like planning a wedding. Think of it like planning a wedding. How do I want to feel? What do I want to wear? What am I going to eat? Who am I going to surround myself with? What car am I going to arrive in? Where am I going to be? Every aspect. You get to plan this beautiful dream 60th birthday. So the final step, I promised myself I'd keep this to an hour, and we're gonna make it. It's 5 past, so I've got 6 minutes. A beautiful 65th birthday, fantastic. Same thing, Kim. Let's do a vision for your actual 65th birthday. I want to live fully with no fear. I wonder, with curiosity, if it would be more helpful to say, I'm going to live life and feel all the feels and do it anyway. So all the feels is fear, anxious, trepidatious. I'm going to feel it and do it anyway. So I want to have an inviting outdoor area that is great for entertaining, to relax, for the kids to invite their friends. Yes, 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 yes. I wanted to share one more. I'm going to share 2 things with you. One thing that came up for me so clearly yesterday was, my husband's got 2 grandchildren in South Africa. I'm their step grandmother. And I was thinking about when my kids have kids and the grandmother that I want to be. And I have every intention of being the matriarch in my family. That is a role that I really take on very excitedly, and who I want to be for them, and all the wisdom that I've accumulated, and all the things that I wish I had have known for my own kids, that I get to just be a bit that woman for my grandkids, for my own children, and in my family, that role modeling piece. I wanted to share that because I feel like it may unlock something for other people in here. The final piece. You have now got a whole lot of stuff written down that you want to have. And you can keep adding to this throughout the day. You can keep adding to what you want to do, but you get to write down. Don't just think about it. Write down. How does it make you feel? How will it make you feel? No right or wrong. You've got to attach a feeling to it. Why? How will it make you feel to have that relaxing outdoor space? How will it make you feel to decide that you're going to feel the fear and do it anyway? How will that make you feel? How will it make you feel to have the most extraordinary celebration for your 65th birthday, for your 60th birthday? How will it make you feel to have those deeply connected friendships? How will it make you feel? Thank you to the people that shared their feeling, that what you want to have. How will it make you feel to have that tiny house, that cabin in nature to escape to? I've got that on my list, but it's at the snow. It's at the snow. So it's a place that I know without a doubt that my kids will flock to every year. And it's just a way to bring them home to mummy. And my happy place is skiing. Love it. One of my greatest passions in life. How will it make you feel to have a deeply connected relationship with yourself, Fiona? Magic. Day two. We've done it. Content. Beautiful. Content. What are the feelings that you're after? Alive, excited, deeply fulfilled, profoundly meaningful, successful, courageous, brave, bold, audacious, phenomenal, loving, cherished, seen, heard, and valued. All right, beautiful friends. Joy. Thank you, Liz. How can I leave that out? Playful, fun, alive, connected, passionate, sensual, sexy, So many good, juicy words. So much richness in what we've covered in the last 2 days. And that's just the first 2 days. Imagine what's to come. All right, beautiful. Mwah. So much love to everybody. Have the most fabulous Sunday. Remember to carve out time to dream, time to expand and relax. And then whatever comes up, write it down. All right. So much love. If you want to and you haven't yet signed up for the $11 option, that is open to you. There is no pressure. If it feels like a good fit, that's there for you. If you want to invite a friend into this space, if you have a sister, a girlfriend, a mother, or somebody who needs, would really love doing this work, invite them in. Okay? Invite them in. Be generous. Be connected. Together, we all get to rise. You are so welcome. All right, it is 11 past and I have done it. 1 hour. I'll see you all tomorrow. Mwah. So much love and bye for now.